Why couldn't Tamaki have been the one who was kidnapped? Hey everyone, welcome to Prince of the Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with episode 2 of Fire Force Season 3. Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like the White Clads are taking over everything. They're just forcing their way into the government, the religion, which is basically the same thing in this world, using Haumea's ability to kind of rewrite her brain to say things, I guess, the way that affect people's brain. I don't know how it works, but she's able to basically manipulate people into believing her, into trusting her. And that's bad because she's a crazy bitch. So they unfortunately got the first under their control now. And it looks like with Obi taken under custody, things are just not going to go very well from here on out. But we know that the 7th is going to go after their captain, that they're just basically going to completely turn against the government and become outlaws. So that's fun. But yeah, it's like, I'm very interested to see how this goes, especially with how the opening is very melancholy and somber in tone. I compared it last time to the 5th opening of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is Rain by Sid. And yeah, the vibes are obviously there, even outside of just the rain falling in the opening. It has a much more somber, quiet, and soft tone compared to the action-packed tones of previous openings. And it definitely creates this tonal shift in the series that I feel is going to be, like, relevantly part of its end game. Now, the next opening could still go back to a lot more exciting stuff, but we'll see, and just enjoy this one for now. Enjoy Avu-chan's amazing vocals. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see where this goes, but the one thing that I'm very cautious and nervous about is still just, as always, Tamaki. Because it's just like, she's like such a poorly handled character. And the thing is, this is universally agreed on. Like, apparently no one likes her. She is hated by the community. And from what I've heard, I don't know how true this is, but apparently even the Japanese community don't like her. And I think it's just because of how aggressively, like, ill-fitting for the show she is. Like, the entire series has this specific tone it goes for, and she just ruins that at every turn. It's not funny, it's not charming, it's not, like, so bad it's good. It's just bad. And it's just a waste of time, and it makes her character out to be, like, just an absolute waste. Because she's never going to improve like this, and she's never going to be a better character. She's never going to be more interesting and exciting when you keep undermining any bit of growth she could have with shit like this. So it's like, I feel like this series would be drastically better without her. She actively hurts the series a good amount. But that being said, we're going to get into this and hope for as little of her as possible and as much of every other character as we can get. So let's see how this goes down and get to the episode. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So it looks like Victor has led us to working with Joker, which isn't a huge surprise. It makes sense that Joker would have a big role in this with everything going on with his like disliking of the Empire. But it also seems that the Whiteclads are expecting them. They're ready for this. Burns is ready for this. This is all according to their plan. In fact, I think Obi being kidnapped in the first place was to lure the others out. And even the threatening of infecting Obi and turning him into an infernal, I think they do plan on doing that, but it's also a way to lure them out because they know that Shinra would be able to have an Adola burst with Burns, and so this was all very set up. Burns' ideology of basically just I've seen a god that I can't deny is just stupid. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand the idea of like seeing something that is like so impactful, so powerful to you that it's just like you can't help but like be in awe of it. But to like kind of turn your entire life towards it, to turn your values toward it, to completely like turn against everyone you had sided with before and everything you had sided with before, to side with in that way the people who are very blatantly bad people, to the point where he's like even told by Haumea, it's like, oh, if you wouldn't have come over to us willingly, I just have brainwashed you. And he doesn't mind. He is brainwashed. That's the thing. And the fact of the matter is, we know that Haumea manipulated this. So his actions, his thoughts and everything aren't even really his own. It was all manipulated by her using her abilities, which at least partially is to read minds. So it's just so entirely set up, and his entire ideology is based on bullshit. Him seeing the evangelist as this god and seeing her like goals as like holy and just and right, despite acknowledging that those goals is basically just to kill everyone and everything. It's just like, it's delusional. It's purely delusional. And the fact that it's Captain Burns saying this stuff, a guy who's normally pretty level-headed, and I understand it's the point, but it's also just disappointing. Because it's like he was like kind of this beacon for hope within the Fire Force. Even if he was a little bit, tough on things. The fact that he's kind of turned over like this so easily, it just kind of shows that he can't be trusted. And honestly, I don't really see a way of him, like, reverting back to how he used to be at this point. He might not make it out of this. I can 100% see Burns ending up dying. I don't want it to happen, but I can see it happening. Meanwhile, we have Gold. Gold is a new Whiteclad we're introduced to here. And she is obviously obsessed with gold, like the metal, and has the bug that's supposed to be used to infect Obi. She's not crazy in the same way Haumea or others are. She's a very calm, insane person, and that's almost more intimidating. With someone who's like insane but acts insane, you know what to expect. With someone who is insane but acts very rational and calm and like just unexpectedly normal, those are the ones you truly have to watch out for, because they could go in any direction at any time and you never can tell. They're the ones who are the true wild cards. Calm insanity is terrifying. So I have no idea how big of a threat she's going to be, but is definitely scary. But yeah, I can understand the Eighth not fully trusting Joker, for good reason, but at the same time, it's like he is the right person for this. And yes, I know that as a viewer, I have information that these characters don't, but still. They also don't really have a choice. They have to trust him, considering the situation. I did like that we checked in with the others, the allies, Benny and Princess Hibana, for example. I like seeing Hibana again, first of all. I really wish she had a lot more screen time. And not just because she's hot, because she's a fascinating character who was just kind of dropped after her arc. She's just kind of been a nobody since then. And it's kind of disappointing. But I hope that they have more to do continuing forward, especially now that the Eighth is completely going against the Empire. I hope that they do choose to side with the Eighth rather than the Empire. Honestly, it would be kind of cool seeing almost all of the Fire Force turn against the Empire. Have like a sort of civil war situation going on here. But we shall see. We shall see how it all ends up going down and hope for the best. For now, though, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode. I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.